Welcome everyone. Today we are doing a reading for all signs, and this is going to be about what your spirit guides want you to know. Maybe they've been trying to send you signs, maybe you're not receiving them, so they'll try in a different way. Trust me, if a spirit guide has a sign for you, it's going to get to you one way or another. So I allow myself to be a vessel for that. What I do is I connect with my guides who then connect with your guides. And that's why I always say use your intuition. When it comes to a reading, something doesn't feel right, it's probably not right for you. But if it feels right, it probably is right. So this is really going to be about whatever needs to come out. So let's go ahead and begin. We're going to use 3 different decks. We're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle, and then we're going to use the Gilded Tarot for our clarifiers, or to go deeper. And we're going to begin, we're going to use for our spread the Light Tarot. But first, we're going to start with Mother Mary. And let's go ahead and begin. Give it a couple shuffles. Everything's always pre-shuffled because I meditate on the energy before I do it, and I do that while I'm shuffling. It's very relaxing to me. All right, let's give them a cut. Again, all signs. This is what your spirit guides have been trying to tell you, or want to tell you. Okay, well, we got a lot of cards. Normally, I would not take all those cards, but they're all face up, so I'm taking them. And I feel like the reason why we got so many cards right off the bat is because we have a lot of different people here looking for different things. I feel like if you've been guided here, you're already looking for something. Maybe you don't even know what yet. But I have a feeling you're going to find out. Okay. We have home. Home. I trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. We have watched over. Beautiful. Perfect card to come out in this type of reading. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over me, my loved ones, and me. I read that wrong. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over my loved ones and me. That's your whole spiritual team. That's your angels. When you came to this lifetime, part of it, not all of it, but part of it's predestined. And you also come with a team that many don't know until you start to reach for your spirituality, or I don't know. I don't know that all religions even teach that. But you have archangels and angels and your spirit guides. Angels are always involved in your life, but they can't interfere unless you invite them in. I want you to know that. Spirit guides are always involved in your life, sending you signs, helping to guide you. That is their job, to guide you. Many of your spirit guides or let's say your soul knows. Maybe you don't know them in this lifetime. Some you do, and others you're just soul connected, and they're part of your team. I feel like different guides step forward at different times. Let's say I was here and I conquered love in this lifetime. I mastered it. Well, then I may step forward as your love guide. You know what I mean? Someone else could have been like, I feel like a life path 8. Like I came here to master the world, I'm thinking of someone who is like famous, and though you don't have to be famous, but you know what I mean? Maybe I mastered my craft. Well, at the right time, that's when that person steps forward, or that guide steps forward, and so on and so forth. Okay, sobriety. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. Sobriety. And last but not least is father. And I have a feeling some have a father who are a guide. I know my father is one of my guides. And I know that because the signs that come to me, I can tell. You know, it's almost like I can tell who they're coming from. Not almost. I can. So Father. All right. My true Father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. So if there's any issues with good old Dad, this could be the potential of healing that, because you don't want to carry it. You know, that's extra weight that you're carrying that maybe you don't need to. And, you know, I also feel like this, you know, even though it's not on the card, what I'm feeling is, you know, sometimes we have like a parent who maybe we didn't like something they did, or maybe it was bad. You know what I mean? And it's like, when I was young, I told myself, well, I'll never be like that. And then I grow up and, damn it, I'm just like it. Or, you know, you can talk about relationships and how, you know, maybe my dad wasn't the best in a relationship with my mother. So I didn't want that, right? I didn't want that for myself. And then this has happened to me. Lo and behold, who do I marry? I'm no longer married to, by the way. Someone who did the exact same things my father did. Strange, right? Strange, but it's like it's almost like we're attracted, you know, like part of our soul's job, because we're attracted to almost like what we don't want to be, and maybe because we put so much thought and intention, and the universe isn't, you know, doesn't take the time to say like, okay, well, she keeps putting that intention out. Is that good for her? That's your guide's job. You know what I mean? The natural flow. It's like what you think about, you bring about. So sometimes it keeps attracting me to really what I don't want, but that is what's always on my mind. Change my mind, and I change my energy flow. Okay. Let's give the light of the light seers a shuffle. You know, how do you know that? I feel like I need to say, like, when you're watching a reading and you watch a reader and like she loses or he loses his words and what have you, don't frown upon that, because many times, like, what I do is I just kind of leave my mind out of it, right? I'm being more of a vessel. So then when I have to bring my mind back into it, it's like then I'm searching, if that makes sense. I was going to read off the top, but I think I'm going to shuffle. I feel like shuffling. So, let's see. All signs, spirit guides, what they want to tell you. We have the Three of Cups. Well, maybe they're asking you to search for the joy within yourself. Bring that lid down. Three of Cups can talk about connecting. You know, maybe I've been isolating and it's like connecting with my friends and what have you again. But it is the energy of joy. Wow. Versus the Nine of Swords, worry. It's like we have the opposite sitting here right next to each other. Nine of Swords talks about, I feel like I want to say the word extreme worry, but that's not going to serve me. That's probably why I was talking about the flow of energy in the beginning of the reading. And, I know it's not that easy, right? I mean, it is. I cannot say it's not. But in the Nine of Swords, I feel like it can't be that easy. It's the way I'm looking at my world. Nine of Swords talks about, well, I feel like here, first of all, it's about a worry that is unnecessary, that won't serve you. Like me worrying about it's not going to change an outcome. So why am I worrying about it? And it's interesting because all these ravens are flying, all these black ravens are flying above her, and I feel like it's almost like I feel it, like I automatically think doom. But then this white dove is coming like right over them, so there's your light. Maybe there's something I cannot control, and the easier I can let it go and maybe concentrate on something else. When the word joy, it's talking about, many times we feel like, well, but Sandy, I don't have anything to be joyful about. Well, you woke up today. Well, maybe that doesn't mean anything. I didn't really care if I woke up. Well, life happens in an instant. And what I mean by that is you never know when something can change just like that. And I feel like, let's say I decided not to participate in life. And then I cross over and I look at the real, I look at or I read the book of my life. My soul would be like, why did I do that? Why didn't I take a chance? Why didn't I, you know what I mean? 9 wants you to reflect upon it, to know it, to understand it. Like, okay, I'm trying to control something that may be outside of my control. I might automatically think that, there's doom. But your very first card is telling you the opposite. This has to do with your thought system. So I feel like thinking, it's like I heard a story, or I watched something a long time ago, and it said when you're sad or you're mad or something, put a smile on, like make yourself smile and hold it for like 10 seconds. I honestly don't remember how long it was, but hold it, because that tells your body, it makes your body think, or your brain think, that you're happy. The Superman pose. I know you can't see me here, but when you stand up, we'll probably get the sun you watch, because I think he's posing in there. And this is when I'm wide, like my arms are thrown back, my chest is up, and I am open. Like I am just open. Okay, let's keep going. I feel like for some of you, look up at the stars. And when you look up at the stars, I feel like you're going to be reminded of someone. And I feel like probably more than one, but I feel like in particular there's one, and I feel like it's a remembrance that they're right there. They're right there. All right, we have the Knight of Swords. We have the Three of Wands. Interestingly, we have 2 3s anchoring this reading so far. 3 of Wands and 3 of Cups. Great energy. 3 of Cups is a different way of looking at my life. It just is. Or 3 of Wands, I mean. This is where I'm actively starting to participate in my life. Maybe I'm going after something. Maybe, for some of you, like she's going surfing. that may mean something to you. You know, I used to live by the water for over 20 years, and it felt very healing to me. And it's funny because I felt that in the Three of Cups over here, but I didn't say it. I felt they were in nature. I don't know why I didn't say it. All right, let's keep going. Look at this. We have another 3. 333. That alone has to be an angel message. 333. The Empress. Well, let's talk about the Empress. This is someone who has not had an easy life, but has overcome. This is someone who, you know, decided, I'm going to pull myself up, or pick myself up, and I'm going to let my creative juices flow. I'm going to start giving birth to my ideas. I'm going to start creating. Maybe that's talking artistically. Maybe I'm a painter and I haven't picked up a paintbrush in a long time. And that alone will, I feel like, get rid of that 9 of Swords. And ultimately, that's what we want to do from this right now. So the Empress. You know, I feel like she's got the wisdom of all the queens. And once you have that wisdom, you never lose it. It takes time. And it takes experiences to gain it, though. But here she is. And she looks like she's at full term, like she's ready to give birth to something. Interesting, we have the Father card, now we have the Mother card. I feel like some of you may have a mother and father who are together, because I feel like this is connecting you to them. Let me grab a drink real quick. Okay, yeah, definitely. I feel like for some of you, it's a mom and dad. And if that's the case, they're asking you to remember the happy times, the good times. And not just that, but I feel like, you know, it's almost like I want to say, now listen, I feel like this might be for more than just mom and dads, because I feel like there's guides standing out saying, don't concentrate on what you have lost. Start thinking about what can be, right? This is, I feel like, because this is our spirit guides reading, I feel like what they're saying is, we want you to look forward and get excited at the potential of what is out there. Take care of you. 5 of Cups and the 9 of Swords together. It's interesting. Some of you, it can be some, you know, maybe I want to leave someone, but part of me is afraid if I do, then I'll miss them, and then, oh well, too late. But 5 of Cups is really about change, right? Getting out of the energy of what if, what, you know. And 5 of Cups is saying when that change happens, there's 2 cups that this person has not come across yet. Maybe you think you never will. Well, your energy plays a big part in that. Remember, I feel like we come down here with some predestined plans, but then we have free will. So it's almost like we're given the crayons to color. Some of us will color, you know, within the lines, and some of us go outside the lines. Neither's right or wrong. It's just different experiences. We have Justice. Card of Libra. I was going to say your first major arcana, but no, you have 2. You also have the Empress. So justice can certainly signify, what's the worry? Well, it could signify anything that has to do with, the law or legal. Can talk about divorce, cutting of ties. Again, maybe I'm afraid to cut those ties because I'm afraid that once I do, I'm going to regret it. But I feel like if you're being pulled to cut ties, then I doubt you're going to regret it. When justice shows up in a reading, it's about making you whole again. Not better than, not less than, but whole. It's about balance. It's interesting because she's sitting right next to the Five of Cups, and again, that Five of Cups, she's looking at 3 cups and focusing upon them. Those cups are representing everything I've lost. But what's behind her when she decides to make that change, right? Because 5 speaks of change. Justice is holding 2 cups and they're balanced. I mean, interesting. Nine of Cups. I feel like for some of you, you're literally thinking of cutting ties to someone or something, or even your own thoughts. And what I love is I feel like it will automatically put you in the Nine of Cups. Interesting, you have 2 9s. 1 9 is worry, extreme worry, unnecessary worry. Everything's going to be doom, and I'm basing it on what I've already lost. I'm not basing it on what can be, because I don't feel like I'm thinking that way. But I feel like once I see that, because again, the 9 of Swords, I can't control. These are things that are outside your control. And sometimes it's regret and what have you, but it's about letting that go. Letting it go. Doors may have closed that maybe you didn't want them to close, but yet they have closed. I've got to accept that. And once I accept that and start understanding that there's still more experiences for you to have, I think you will then allow yourself. Because the 3 of Wands with the 9 of Cups, beautiful energy. This is harmony within. Definitely balance within. This is someone enjoying their life. Interesting, it's mirrored by the 3 cups. Joy, right? With the 3 of Wands right above it, my intention. How I'm looking at the world. She has the energy of knowing that I know that my ships will come in whenever they come in. So I've moved out of the state of fear into the state of action and joy. And listen, I know, I don't want to say it can't happen like that. It can't happen overnight. Because for some of you, I feel like it can. It can happen in an instant. If it lies within my thoughts. I may have given someone or something a lot of time. And it just didn't turn out like I thought. And there's nothing I can do about that. So maybe I should let that be. And start concentrating on what's next. Look at that. Well, that makes sense. We have the 8 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So this is what wants to go. It's a self-created prison. I don't like that it goes from the 8 to the 9 of Swords. This is about breaking free. Breaking free of what? Well, whatever caused you to create this prison, this is self-created. Your guides can't uncreate that for you. You have to. Your guides will send you signs on, like, or some type of illumination. Once I break myself free from this, they'll send you signs to help you. But man, what a difference from the 8 and 9 of Swords to the 3 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. It's a completely different way of looking at life. I don't know. 8 is about a new beginning. Maybe I've put that off, and I put that off, and I put that off. And because I put it off, we move to that 9. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring in the Gilded Tarot. Interesting. 9 and 3 are connected here, and 9 and 3 are connected here. What is that? 12. And add 2 and 1 together, 3. Brings us back to joy. It's interesting because first is the 3 of Cups. So it's like finding those little things that I can be joyful for. And then it goes to the 3 of Wands, which is taking action, right? It's trusting the universe. Also, it's trusting energy. And you are the conductor of it. It's almost like, I think of the chariot, the horses, they're not controlled by the reins. They're controlled by your mind. You tell them where to go. And they're limitless. They can go anywhere. Okay. I'm like, where is the other 3? The Empress. The Empress. Instead of worrying about it, I'm going to learn about it. I'm going to understand it. And listen, I can tell you one thing. Once I see it, I know it, I doubt it happens again. Whatever put you in that energy, once I face it, I know it, and I use it as my wisdom, it becomes almost like your illuminator to whatever is in front of you. The Empress definitely trusts her energy. She doesn't, she may at one time create the 8 of Swords, but she broke free from that. Because the Empress really trusts her energy as the measure of, is this right or is this wrong for me? If it doesn't feel right, chances are she's not going to sit there and be like, okay, well, I'm going to give it 10 years to find out. No. I don't want you to think like she's rude. She's loving and she's nurturing, and she's really, I can't imagine someone not wanting her. But she's also very strong. She's very wise. She's very spiritual. She's very creative. She's everything wrapped up in one, which is you. All right, we have the Fool. It did come in reverse, though. The Fool is the energy of taking a chance. On who? You. The Fool is taking a leap. I don't know what's out there, but I'm going to go ahead and take a chance. The Fool does not carry the energy of the past. Fool has his little knapsack, and I often feel that knapsack is filled with, the tools that you're going to need along this next adventure. This is about something new. Maybe it's you giving yourself a chance, but it is in reverse. And I hope we can turn that around. I have a feeling we will. Why else would we be doing this reading? Alright, let's keep going. Wow. Five of Wands coming over that Nine of Swords. You know, maybe you're afraid to say something because you're afraid of what will happen. This is a lot of ego energy. And, you know, this is the energy, if I'm waiting for someone to say they're sorry, not going to happen. And I got to be alright with that. And why? Because I feel like maybe this is about leaving this energy. And whether someone tells me I'm right or wrong, it doesn't really matter. I know, right? My guides know. That's what matters. I'm saying that because it's also a 5. Again, change. The 5 is coming above the 9 of Swords and below the 9 of Swords. Wow, we have the Star. How interesting. You know, I kept looking at this Knight of Swords who's like running to his motorbike. Like running to it. So I feel like something's, I don't know, something's happening fast with him. Like something has this knight in movement quickly. And then we have the Star above it. Now for some of you, it could be an Aquarius. But this is about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. You know, this is how you want to live your life. Am I going to live my life for another who's giving me nothing? Or am I going to take a chance on me? Take a chance on your dream, right? Step into it. Certainly also be communication. We have the King of Wands. Can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I feel like, you know, let's forget the sign for a minute, because I'm looking at the Three of Wands and she's starting on a path of the Wands. And the Wands is, first of all, action, but it's also something that's desirable to you. It's something that is passionate to you. You know, it's something that will light up your heart, light up your mind, light up your you know, it can be all of that. Again, in the Three of Wands, her thought system is like, I know my ships will arrive at the right time. In the meantime, I'm going surfing. Here's this King of Wands who is a king of action, does move according to his passion and his desires. Does he sit upon that path? We have the Four of Wands. I'm sorry, the Four of Pentacles. Coming over the Empress. You know, I feel like saying, no matter where you're beginning, the stronger you make your own foundation, the better your life. And I'm saying that because there's something I feel like major that many have gone through, who are now learning and understanding, or, you know what, even if, you know, like in the Five of Wands, it's like, am I waiting for someone else to validate me? Because maybe they don't know how. And who even cares? Who cares? Their validation means nothing to your soul. I almost feel like they got in the way of your dreams. But, could have been free will, which is fine. But it doesn't mean still I can't learn from it. Of course I can. We have Temperance, who flipped herself around in the deck. That's why I'm taking her first. And she flipped herself to the upright. First of all, card is Sagittarius, another major arcana. This talks about divine timing. Trusting in divine timing, really. When will it be my time? When it's your time. She's coming right over the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Wands. Sometimes the universe is waiting on us. It's like showing the other side, right? But I can't break you free from this 8 of Swords. Nobody can but you. But once you do, trust me, you'll feel guidance in your life. And then, hello, Wheel of Fortune. Destiny. What does that tell me? It tells me that for those of you who either have already broken free from this 8 of Swords, understand what I'm talking about completely, or you've yet to do it, but you have this inkling within you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, I feel. You certainly wouldn't be here this long. And sometimes I feel like these type of readings, if we're being honest, they're not always easy because, it's not all about the beauty. Sometimes the beauty is in the brokenness and the action you take within that. That's where you're the hero. Be the hero of your own life. What am I holding? Destiny. So what I was saying is I feel like once that change, you break free, once that energy, it's almost like it starts moving the opposite direction, which maybe before is like back, back, back. And now it's just flowing outward. Well, one of my souls, really, with the star here, one of, feels like a dream, a wish. But like your soul, like maybe in the humanist part of us, but it's almost like our soul knows. Our soul already knows. Why? Because I agreed upon it. Maybe I even requested it. And then look at that after the wheel. After the I wanted to say divorce for some of you, maybe. Maybe it's after the cutting of the ties. It's almost like, like the string holds the wheel. And once I cut that string, the wheel starts spinning again. I love Temperance and the wheel together. It's like she's helping to guide your destiny. And it's like she knows when it's not the right time and when it is. And I can totally understand the 5 of Wands, 9 of Swords, and the 5 of Cups doesn't feel like the right time, especially with the 8 of Swords on the bottom. Doesn't mean that right time doesn't happen. But it really is up to you, I guess. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. When I see the Queen of Pentacles, I often feel like I definitely feel independence. Like I would not feel balanced without it. Some of you, maybe that's it. Maybe I need to become strong on my own. Queen of Pentacles, her specialty is, picking up on those details other people may miss. Coming over the Nine of Cups, I definitely feel like whatever she's doing, she loves what she's doing. Let's kind of follow that. She has a big pentacle in her hand. With the king and queen right here. A lot of synchronicities, the threes. I want to look that up before I let you go. Look at this, the Magician. So I just wanted to follow where this queen is going. The Magician. Listen, first of all, that tells me that I'm able to flip that Fool in the upright. I'm able to take a chance. I'm able to take a leap. Maybe it doesn't mean I had to cut a tie. But I feel like as soon as I cut that tie, it's like boom, it gets that wheel spinning again. And that's all it took. That's all it takes. Sounds easy, I get it. Sometimes it's a lot easier than we think. The Magician, the Manifester. Wow. Powerful, I feel like, also. Like, I feel, excuse me, I feel very, like this is very powerful type energy. Interesting also that it's kind of like connecting this queen and king. Again, maybe if this is talking about like a potential future relationship, maybe it hasn't come about yet. But on the Three of Wands, it's like, hey, it'll come when it comes. All right, before I let you go, though, I want to look up 333. Angel number 333. And let's just see. I'm just pulling up the very first thing, or the very first thing is on here. This is Google, by the way. What does angel number 333 mean? The angel number 333 holds powerful significance. The number is associated with femininity, creativity, and intuition. When you come across this angel number, think of it as a friendly love note to stop worrying so much. Wow. I mean, come on. In numerology, angel number 333 is a message sent from your guardian angel that they are by your side helping you to make the hard decision. I mean, hello. 333 means the need to find perfect harmony. It represents a spiritual trinity, the balance between the mind, body, and soul. You are meant to get that number. There is no doubt in my mind. You know, this is that type of reading where it definitely talks about the past and the past experiences, and it definitely talks about some that have been very difficult. No doubt. I also feel like it's, for some, simply saying, if I'm trying to get maybe an apology or a attaboy from someone, and I feel like you just kind of know if you're going to get it. And first of all, I feel like, do you really even need it? Because I feel like I do not want to get pulled into drama. Because the drama is unimportant and unnecessary to you and your soul's desires. Because that's what you're moving towards, your soul's desire. You know, it's funny, I just did a reading called Past Life Loves, and I titled it, It's Written in the Stars, and my God, do I feel that right here for some reason. So maybe some of you watched that, and like you heavily related to it. It was a beautiful reading, I have to tell you. It's one of those type of readings where it unfolds, so it takes, like, you know, you got to be patient, because we connected me and my guides, I guess, the past to the present and then the potential future. But it showed what came forward, and I'm not going to give it away because to me it like read like a movie. I just thought it was beautiful. I don't know. Anyway, Listen, I feel like I don't very often, hardly ever connect previous readings to a reading that I'm currently doing. But boy, do I feel it for some of you. And the reason I'm saying that is this king and queen, the more I'm just like giving it attention. And listen, what's underneath it is that Three of Wands. Again, I know it'll happen. I know whatever it is that's part of your wish system, let's say, your star. Wow, don't forget, I said there is about looking up. Anyway, the ability to manifest. What's in the Fool's knapsack? Everything the magician has on the table. And I feel like, the magician can be the master teacher. My experiences would certainly qualify me if I'm able to look at them, face them, deal with them if I have to, and then, what needs to end, let it end. The Empress figures that out. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Can't wait to read your comments. I really felt this reading. Like, I feel like some really need to hear it. So, anyway, I hope it brings you great clarity. And if nothing else, I hope it just opens up your intuition a little bit, because I feel like once that happens, once I do not get pulled into any type or someone else's drama, it's funny, it's coming around the holidays too, the better off I am. Okay, I'm going to let it be. I love you. I thank you. I say happy holidays. It's interesting because, I don't know, I feel like this year, for many, I can't really say, I don't know, I just feel like, I don't feel like it's going to be a happy holiday. And it's interesting because I feel the more, especially, someone like me who's self-employed and I make very little money, you know what I mean? But yet there's many people that you feel like, I got to get them a gift, right? I feel like Christmas has, at least here, become so materialized that what it's doing, it's like paralyzing many of us, right? Because it's like, how am I going to do all this? And I don't know how we go back. I don't know. Right? Because it's like parents never want to disappoint their children. But children can, they can learn so much. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.